Mountain News, First at 4, continues.
Welcome back. I'm Dakota Makris. Though the annual Apple Festival was canceled this year, the Paintsville community is, well, they're falling into something new. The Autumn Festival kicked off yesterday and things are in full swing right now. Our buddy Forbes has more from downtown Paintsville.
Spirits were low when the annual festival was canceled, but now the streets are full of visitors as Autumn Fest takes off. With several streets packed by vendors and visitors on the second day of the festival, organizers say they are happy with the response after pulling it together in just a short amount of time. And while the family fun and fellowship is always a positive impact, those involved say it is about more than the festival atmosphere. It is about the organizations that benefit.
We decided that we just wanted to pull together as a community and as a city and put together this Autumn Festival so that a lot of our nonprofits could come in and do their fundraising because they really depend on that.
There is still time to be part of the patch today, and it continues tomorrow, as organizers say the turnout is a blessing during a time when the community could truly use a pick-me-up. In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
That was amazing. Well, the festival will continue until around 11 tonight. Just keep pedaling is what doctors said to 71-year-old Ted Hall at his latest appointment after completing a 74 1/4 mile ride on September 19th. Yes, you heard that right. Hall said he had a goal to reach 71 miles, one for each year of his life. He went above and beyond, claiming friends, fellow cyclists, and his family helped him push past his goal and may have even prolonged his life. Since starting his journey into cycling 1 year ago, Hall has lost 40 pounds, lowered his cholesterol, and claims he feels better than ever.
I feel a lot better because before I was winded if I'd walk, up a slight incline or up the steps. And now, well, I can ride for hours and hours and it not bother me. And I've getting so now, I think I like biking about as much as I did bass fishing.
Hall biked his more than 74-mile ride on the Prestonsburg Passage Trail and is thankful to have a place to perfect his craft. We'll have more from Hall tonight at 5:30.
Beautiful day for a bike ride around the mountains today. We're in the mid to upper 70s. Beautiful sunshine out there. Enjoyed while it lasts because we have some changes on the way as we head into the weekend. Outside right now, I-75 at Mount Vernon. Beautiful sunshine. A few high clouds working in, yes, but not affecting those temperatures at all. In fact, the Cumberland Valley area warmer than just about any other spot in the mountains. We got a few of those clouds working into our Buffalo Mountain camera here in Perry County. We're up a couple degrees actually to now 77. We were at 75 not too long ago here in Perry County. Temperatures out there, we're talking about 77 in Hazard. We're warmer in the Cumberland Valley. It's 79 London and Somerset, 81 in Monticello, though we're only in the mid 70s as you head into the Kentucky River Valley and the Big Sandy. Dew points out there still not off the charts, so while it is above average, it doesn't feel too muggy out there with those dew points well into the comfortable range. Satellite and radar, a few clouds trying to move into the Cumberland Valley and maybe a shower into portions of Wayne County. But I don't think it's going to make it that far just because we have such a dry atmosphere in place. So mostly clear for tonight, mid to upper 50s yet again for lows tonight. A little bit of patchy fog late, just like just about every night around here. So do be wary of that if you are headed out later on tonight. Now, we do have changes on the way for at least part of the weekend, and I'll have those details coming up in just a bit. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you. 1 month after the nation's most restrictive abortion law took place in Texas, a federal judge is considering whether to block enforcement of it. Today's hearing comes a day before mass demonstrations are planned across the country to defend pro-abortion rights. Deborah Alfarone has the latest from the White House.
Advocates from Texas to tell lawmakers to keep your bans off our bodies.
Pro-abortion rights advocates demonstrated outside the Supreme Court Friday to protest Texas's restrictive new abortion law.
Under the new law in Texas, I never would have been able to get my abortion.
It came the same day a federal judge in Austin heard arguments on whether to temporarily block the legislation, which went into effect last month. The law bans abortions as early as 6 weeks, before most women know they are pregnant, and it allows private citizens to sue people who help patients get an abortion.
The Biden administration brought the lawsuit. This legislation has survived several other challenges. Last month, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to block the law, but did not rule on its constitutionality.
Next week, the Supreme Court will begin its new term, which will include a Mississippi case that could overturn Roe versus Wade, the landmark decision guaranteeing a woman's right to an abortion.
Whether a pregnancy is planned or unplanned, or even the result of horrific circumstances, ending that child's life with an abortion to empower or protect the, quote, freedom, end quote, of the mother is not an answer.
At an emotional hearing on abortion access Thursday, several members of Congress shared their personal experiences with it.
Choosing to have an abortion was the hardest decision I had ever made. But at 18 years old, I knew it was the right decision for me.
Saturday, thousands are expected in D.C. at a rally and march to defend abortion rights, one of many such demonstrations planned across the country. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
During today's hearing, the judge questioned what he called the very unusual design of the ban. It's not immediately clear when he will issue a ruling, but said he would take the matter into careful consideration. New research is questioning the official record on the number of police killings in America. Dr. Chris Murray at the University of Washington studied police violence over the past 40 years. When analyzing non-governmental databases, his team found nearly 31,000 total deaths from police violence, compared to the national government database showing 13,700. That is a discrepancy of more than 17,000 deaths.
A little more than half are missed in the official statistics.
What exactly is being put down on the death certificates if not caused by police action?
What we suspect is it's being put down as some other form of violence. So, for example, it's just being recorded as homicide.
Some of the discrepancies is thought to be due to clerical errors, but researchers say it also raises questions about possible biases among medical examiners. Well, the White House is planning a meeting involving 30 countries later this month to battle ransomware. Now, President Joe Biden says the cybersecurity effort will focus on international collaboration to curb threats. It comes after a series of ransomware attacks on U.S. infrastructure firms in recent months. One of the largest attacks shut down a major oil pipeline for days in May. President Biden asked Russian President Vladimir Putin to crack down on cyber criminals in his country in June, but officials do not believe he has done so. Lawmakers averted a government shutdown ahead of last night's deadline, but now Democrats are struggling to move forward with two bills that are key to President Biden's agenda. Speaker Nancy Pelosi had hoped to move forward on a $1 trillion bipartisan physical infrastructure bill today, but negotiations stalled late into Wednesday night as progressives in the House say they're not voting for that bill until an agreement is reached on a proposed $3.5 trillion bill for social spending.
The resolution is not here in this caucus. The resolution is with two senators. We have been waiting for an offer to counter the $3.5 trillion that is on the table.
In the evenly divided Senate, Democrats cannot afford to lose a single vote. And moderate Democrats are raising concern about the price tag. West Virginia's Joe Manchin told reporters Thursday he wants to see a much smaller bill, suggesting price tag of $1.5 trillion. The bill would fund things like universal pre-K, an extension of the child tax credit, and paid family leave. Well, the oldest former U.S. president ever, Jimmy Carter, is turning 97 years old today and plans to quietly mark the occasion at his home in Georgia. Carter has been slowed by age in recent years and is keeping a low profile during the coronavirus pandemic. An aide says he doesn't plan any public appearances on his birthday. However, workers at Jimmy Carter National Historical Site recorded greetings for the former president, and members of the public can sign an online birthday card. Well, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it is being recognized in our nation's capital as the White House was bathed in pink light beginning at midnight through 8 a.m. this morning. And the light continues tonight as the White House is scheduled to glow pink once more from sunset to 11 o'clock tonight. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is granting the public access it has not seen in a century. The public will be allowed to place flowers at the tomb when it honors Veterans Day, November 9th and 10th. The public will also be allowed to walk the tomb plaza. Now, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier has served as the heart of Arlington National Cemetery since 1921. The marble sarcophagus marks the final resting place of an unidentified veteran from World War I. Other remains were added in 1958 and 1984, and it serves as a surrogate for any service member lost in battle and not recovered. Well, coming up here on First at 4, Powerball's top prize keeps growing, giving people the chance at a major jackpot. We take a look at how much is up for grabs.
And you may need the jacket for the second half of tonight's games, but not for the reason you might think. I'll have those details coming up in just a bit.